future.
Come and guest on our show.
Come and guest on our show.
A mic is waiting for you.
A mic is waiting for you.
Where the topics are all over the place and there's no fondue. Can you tell stupid jokes?
Can you tell stupid jokes?
Are you funny at all?
Are you funny at all?
Got a studio space that needs some taste. Now I want fondue. You know we might have you back again. Promise to listen to you. Can you bring some fondue?
Can you bring some fondue?
And the skewers too. Hello and welcome to Just Us Thinkin.
Hey everybody.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we have a energy crisis for you here, don't we?
We do.
What are we doing with this one?
This one is going to be energy. How clean can you get?
Yeah, so there's a lot of talk about green energy, clean energy, and, oppose the, fossil, and they call it fossil fuels, but it's not fossil fuels.
Okay.
We're not like digging up dinosaurs and using them for fuel. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
But
even I know that. Come on now.
They're not, scrubbing the La Brea tar pits looking for new fuel sources.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's all about energy.
Okay.
And spoiler alert, it's not clean.
No.
Geez, it gets crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how, people try to make it out so good, but they don't realize, they don't go through all the facts.
Yeah.
So.
They really don't. So, for example, our vacation, there's no way we're going to drive from Omaha, Nebraska to California just on solar,
right,
wind. I mean, I could only fart so much to get that car going. Beans would help, but I mean,
you can Fred Flintstone it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what they used to do, but it takes too long.
Yeah.
Our vacation isn't a year long.
Right.
We can't pack up the wagon and the horses and hee-yaw out there. It just doesn't work that way. It's just, I don't know. People think that because, solar panels are so clean and wind energy is so clean and all this, I don't think they quite understand how the system works.
Yeah.
So we're going to help you out.
We're going to help you.
So, but first, we actually need you guys to help us out.
Okay. How can they do that?
Hit that like and subscribe. Listen to the show. Play it. If you want to torture somebody, I'm not opposed to you putting headphones on and making them listen to us. I mean, they
If
you might get
really
some
want to get back at somebody.
Yeah, we're the show to do it with. So solar. Let's start with solar here. Okay. So with solar, so the reality is the sun's there, right? It's free, right? I mean, it's you cast the rays. It's how Superman charges himself. I mean, why not, right?
Of course, yeah.
So those panels need to be mined.
Right.
Okay, so do you know some of the stuff for solar? I think we have don't we have it? Yeah.
Yeah, I know, when we looked at getting it done on our house, we had, just a few panels, and it was 30,000 or something like that?
Yeah, 20. So to install in your home, it's anywhere from average U.S. cost $15,000 to $25,000.
Oh, yeah.
To install on your home. So they have to mine for the rare materials that are going into that panel.
Okay.
There's also all the disposable waste that goes along with that, because you have to clean up the material, get that done. And the panels are semi-expensive.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they can last quite a bit. They can last a while.
Okay.
But then you have to think, Well, if you have solar panels, you need batteries to store that, right?
Yeah.
Then you have lithium batteries and all this batteries and, you know, battery acid, lithium
Yeah.
battery. Which way do you want to go? Pick your poison because it is poison.
Yeah.
Okay.
One or the other.
Yeah. Also, solar farms take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
Um,
They're huge. I mean,
huge, and it's crazy the amount of a solar panel. I mean, the farm is like it. You have to like a mall or a football field size, right?
Right. Yeah.
Can you imagine like flying? Here's the problem. That's a lot of direct sunlight, and it's going to reflect some too.
Yeah.
It's going to get very, very hot.
Mm-hmm.
So that temperature in that area is going to, heat rises.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that poor bird flying over going, ha ha, oh shit.
Yeah.
And,
It's like walking on hot cement.
yeah, I swear to God. Now, the good news is, depending on bird migration, you could get a couple nets on either side and set up a
No-fly
couple
zone.
you set nets up, and then you have a couple places to eat. So when the birds fly over, they cook themselves. You hit the net, and then you could sell the bird for food.
Oh, okay.
They'll cook themselves flying over that field. I'm serious. That would be great.
You have issues.
No, can you imagine? I mean, I'm just saying. I say you take a cannon on one side and get a net, like the circus does. You get a cannon here, and you say free tanning service, and you shoot the person over the solar panels, and if you do it quick enough, they could just get a nice tan.
Oh Lord.
Listen, you laugh, but I'm a marketing genius here.
Okay.
I'm a visionary.
Sure.
You need to find a marketing job.
Listen, I'm telling you, Paris Hilton will pay for that.
Oh yeah.
She's stupid enough to buy for this plan. In fact, I might be able to get her to invest.
Yeah.
Paris, call me.
Oh Lord.
No, there's a lot of heat that rises up there.
Yeah.
I mean, they say the temperature when you get close to those solar farms is outrageous. You're going to Google this too, aren't you?
I am. I'm curious now.
It's crazy hot.
Yeah, I want to know how hot they get.
So weird things people do with solar panels. Can you imagine putting having a baseball cap and having a solar panel baseball cap?
Okay, what would that do for you?
If you have a Bluetooth or a headphone set in there,
Touche.
the little visor could have a sun thing, so you could power your. See,
You know what? Touche.
wearable solar panels should be a market. How hot is it? No, tell me.
It says slightly warmer than the surrounding
Yeah.
areas, but it typically dissipates quickly.
Yeah, when you have those big panels and that much, it might be cooler on the ground, but right above those panels,
Yeah.
it'll be hot as hell.
Yeah, it dissipates quickly, so.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. They put them in the desert for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just saying. When it's already hot,
Yeah.
what's a few more 100 degrees, right? When it's 120 in the desert
Yeah.
and it's 130 right above them, it's only slightly higher, right?
Yeah, only a little.
I'd like to know their interpretation of slightly is. So let's move to wind energy.
Oh, wind energy is that big one.
Yeah, so basically there's giant fans
Yeah.
all over the place. I could tell you right now, birds are not a big fan.
No, they're.
What is with you and birds tonight, man?
Do you know how many now,
Oh my
the wind fans do kill birds.
She's
was-
done.
That was horrible.
I know. That's
That
what.
was beyond horrible.
That's why I don't get paid the big bucks here.
Wow.
Oh.
So now I have a fact for you. I want you to know. Tell me true or false, okay?
Okay.
Or you tell. It won't be true or false. So, question:
Okay.
are more birds killed by these giant wind fans, or by cats?
I would say by the wind fans.
Really,
Oh.
Mikey? What do you think?
Wind fans.
Cats.
Oh.
Cats kill more birds than wind fans. Yeah.
Don't make me Google it.
Yeah. No.
Don't make her fact check you.
Yeah. Actually, the
Really?
wind fans kill less birds than cats do.
Oh.
I have an information sheet here. So the pros for wind energy: no fuel cost,
Yeah.
clean energy. Well,
Well, okay. There's no.
they're noisy.
Oh, they're freaking. I don't understand where they say no fuel costs. Because it takes fuel to get them there.
And it takes fuel to build them.
Yeah. And what do they. Don't they have like generators or something? Or no?
Well, yeah, there's generators, but they generate their own power.
Okay.
They are a power source.
Okay.
The problem is to all the infrastructure there cost fuel too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well,
So doesn't it
eventually
kind of
we
like
could break
balance each other out? Like the cost of building one?
even. Right. So the average cost is $1,300 per kilowatt.
Well, I think that's the energy. But I don't think that's the cost to build.
Oh, that's the energy thing.
Yeah.
Well, see, the turbines need tons of concrete.
Yeah.
So they have to ship, well, concrete is like shipped in these big trucks that run on fuel and diesel
Yeah.
to pour all the bases for them.
Yeah.
Not as green as you think. Now they're noisy as hell. They're kind of crazy. What do you got?
So the cost to build a wind turbine varies, but the average, well, it's between 10, that doesn't really help much, between 10,000 and 70,000.
Okay.
But commercial ones can reach millions.
Well, yeah. So if you
Jesus.
get, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're building one in your backyard,
Maybe
You're
that's
good.
only 10,000.
but those big ones that you see in the farmer's field,
Yeah.
those are probably your
Right.
multi-million-dollar ones.
Yeah.
Again, there's just so much that goes in there that I don't think that they're.
I mean, okay, so we watched Landman, and
Yeah.
I think, what's his name's character? Like, I loved it when he went off on that chick, on the
Right.
lawyer. It was
Yeah.
like, you go, Billy Bob.
I know. It's just crazy. And I don't know. So are they building these fans so they like go with the Earth's rotation to keep us spinning? Or if they build the wrong direction and enough of them, are they going to slow the Earth's rotation?
They could.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
we're screwed.
Oh.
Don't fuck this up, people. Nuclear energy.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on nuclear energy?
Oh, I don't know. I think like I know I keep going back to there was this one movie about a nuclear plant getting hit by a tornado. So I like always go back to that when I think of nuclear plants. So I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of scary if something like that happens. So I don't know.
I don't think nuclear is as scary as people think
Yeah.
it is. We have nuclear power plants.
Mhm.
There's been one operating in Southern California for a long
Yeah.
time. We have nuclear power plants all around here.
Yeah, we have a couple.
The fear comes from Chernobyl.
Yeah.
it comes from the one in Japan. And Homer Simpson's not doing anything for nuclear.
No, he's not.
Um,
No, he
just
is not.
saying.
No.
They don't. I hope they don't hire him.
Yeah.
In fact, I think if your name is Homer Simpson and you apply to a nuclear power plant, I think that's an automatic denial.
Yeah.
If your name ends in Simpsons, I don't think you should be listed anywhere near a nuclear power plant.
No, you shouldn't even live near one, probably.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I know there's radioactive waste and there's a lot of stuff like that. And I think it takes a while to cool down.
Yeah. Aren't a lot of them around the U.S. like non-active anymore too?
There's a lot of them that are non-active, but they're still we still rely a lot on nuclear energy.
Okay.
It's by far one of the better, yet could be very disastrous power sources that we have.
Okay.
So you got to keep that in mind when you're doing that.
Okay.
And then of course you have your old school fossil fuels.
Oh yeah, like oil.
That's just your oil, your coal.
Yeah.
Hate to say it, but we've been using it for a long time. I don't think we're as eventually we can run out of it.
Yeah.
Unless we learn how to make more or a synthetic version, which we kind of do work on. I mean, there's synthetic oils.
Okay.
So I don't know if when we do it, if we could clean it up. If I don't know if there could be a synthetic option for there.
Okay.
So that's not too bad. It's a pretty good source. I would say the next options would be hydropower or geothermal.
Geothermal, yeah.
So hydropower is just water.
Water.
Some of those water turbines, like biggest problem with those are you have to have a good water source. A lot of times they create for big power source you have to have a dam.
Yeah.
But there's ways like the old water wheels that they had.
Oh yeah.
Those are a power for generator source. So if you're like living off the grid, you can do something like that because you're not powering so much. When you're powering a whole city, I need a dam.
Yeah.
Damn, these people need power.
Right.
Geothermal is probably one of the best ones.
Okay.
But it's so hard to get to. So hydropower can also mess with rivers, fish.
The poor little salmon.
Huh?
The poor little salmon.
A lot of what they're doing now is they're creating a little way off with a screen so it doesn't impact. But what that also does is it could cause erosion problems and stuff like that. Geothermal is the cleanest energy.
Okay.
But you have to have a place that you can do that. So, for example...
And it's pretty isolated, too, isn't it?
Yeah. So, like, geothermal place that I could think of would be Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
They have a lot of geothermal. Yellowstone.
Okay.
Iceland has a lot of that. So, anytime you have those natural springs with heat's energy. So, I could see that.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, out of these... What do you think?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a tough one because I mean, I know eventually we're gonna run out of like oil and stuff like that, but I mean,
well, they're telling us they are.
But how do we really know?
Is that just how they? Yeah, is that how they just keep the prices up?
Yeah.
I mean, it's water's free, but all of a sudden, if they say, we're running out of water, and then they're going to start charging you for more water. I mean, it's if you could control how it's used and how it gets out.
Yeah. And
you could have infinite amount of supply, and you could say, oh, well, you know what? I just realized that as the Earth rotation and the Earth moves, it's actually recycling this stuff. So as we go through, it's recycling and it's creating more. They're not telling us all
Yeah.
Of course, we're not going to get all the information.
Right. Yeah.
Why would they want to say, "Oh, it's scarce. That's why you have to pay $5 a gallon"?
Yeah.
If it wasn't as scarce, they're I've got this remote, one of a kind, limited edition. It's that shit that does it.
Right. Yeah.
I could sell something, and the minute I put limited edition 1 out of 20, all of a sudden the price is more.
Yeah.
Because I said so.
Yeah, just because you say so.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that there could be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's problems with probably all of these. I mean, they all have their pros and cons. So
They do, and the idea here of a purely clean energy
it's just
doesn't exist. Some could be cleaner than others, but all energy is dirty, with the exception of our after show. And to get there, click the like and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on all the platforms.
Yep,
what are
like
they?
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, Spotify.
Every podcast player.
We're everywhere.
Yep. And then head yourself over to the after show with us. We're going to talk about energy that might be the cleanest. And if it's real.
All right. Well, bye, everybody.
Come and guest on our show.
Come and guest on our show.
A mic is waiting for you.
A mic is waiting for you.
Where the topics are all over the place and there's no fondue. Can you tell stupid jokes?
Can you tell stupid jokes?
Are you funny at all?
Are you funny at all?
Got a studio space that needs some taste. Now I want fondue. We might have you back again. Promise to listen to you. Can you bring some fondue?
Can you bring some fondue?
And the skewers too. This concludes our broadcasting day.